Hello there, and welcome to our Sony E3 conference video.
Yeah. This one feels like it doesn't even need to be 20 minutes because they shat a lot out in just about 60.
No.
But we'll do this again in 20 minutes again, and we're giving ourselves that timer. I'm just going to start just now. And let's just talk about the Uncharted announcement first because...
Let's talk about the stream that we were watching with no sound.
Yeah, the fact there was no sound for us to enjoy our Uncharted leak for the new thing. But then again, I don't really give a shit about Uncharted, do you? I've played 2 and I thought it was boring male Lara Croft clone shit with cover shooting.
It's the perfect action game.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
I'll give them that. They've actually perfected the idea of a Hollywood blockbuster film in a game.
It's nothing to get. It works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Is it? In fact, they should give Naughty Dog a James Bond game, and they'd make you a really good James Bond game. I think.
Yeah, I'd imagine they'd do well. Yeah.
Nothing really to say. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't.
Yeah, it's just another one of them.
And there wasn't a lot of gameplay in the thing, but you know what it's going to be anyway. It's going to be them running about, fighting each other. It looks like that black woman turned heel.
Yeah, pretty sure she turns heel mid trailer.
So that's kind of getting the story away. Imagine you just played the game and then she turned heel and you'd be like, "Oh, you bitch."
Well, that's the problem.
Is it a co-op thing?
I doubt it. That's the problem with trailers in general, is the fact that you are always going to end up because people don't know how to cut trailers anymore. We've talked about this for films as well. People don't know how to cut trailers anymore. They just put so many spoilers in. It's like, I don't even need to see the film anymore. People are really bad at it these days. But either way, moving on. Horizon Zero Dawn has an expansion coming. Big fucking whoop. Who cares? Moving on.
Okay.
Days Gone.
I was excited about that when I saw the loads of zombies. I was like, oh right, it's not going to be like single zombies. They're a big pack thing.
Yeah.
And then the trailer started, and it was yet again going back to just killing boring bad boys, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it was, just stripped back to boring bad boys. And then he used the zombies to kill the bad boys.
That's their big selling point this time, is you get to focus zombie hordes into doing your bidding, but inadvertently, by funneling them into people.
I don't know to you, but see the idea of just this guy who's lost, like a Mad Max deal where he's lost his family, and everybody's dead, and you just gone down the road on a motorbike trying to survive.
Yeah,
that's more interesting than whatever the fuck.
Way more interesting.
So they've give you a compound to live in.
Yeah.
Imagine they designed a game where it was empty cities. Mm-hmm. And you're just on a motorbike, and there was survivors, but they weren't like that. It's always Walking Dead survivors. They're always in a big group together,
and they're always aching for a fight.
Can you not talk to them?
No, apparently.
That's the other idea. It's just a big empty city, and you go in. You need to go in at night because that's the best time to go in. You think about, but fuck it.
Nobody wants to play a zombie game where you actually have to deal with what it would be like to be a lone survivor in a zombie apocalypse. They want to be cutting about with humans because it's more fun to fight human AI, I guess, than fight zombie AI. I don't know. But either way, it's really...
It lost me with that trailer.
It's looking even worse the more they...
I thought it was just a guy going about with a motorbike. Yeah. I was like, yes, I'm on for that. Right, Monster Hunter.
Okay, Monster Hunter's coming to a console and PC, which is a big deal for the PC thing. But I'm going to come right out and say, I think Monster Hunter games are fucking boring and shit.
Well, some of them are good,
No, none of them are good.
The one on PSP was alright.
No, that wasn't good either.
Did you not like it?
No, none of them are good. But do you want to play devil's advocate? Do you want to say something even better about them? Do you maybe explain what the allure of Monster Hunter is? Because people were losing their shit about this.
It's an MMO, isn't it?
Kind of an MMO, but not really. It's just an open world thing where you shoot a dinosaur and then it chases you a bit, and then you shoot a dinosaur and it chases you a bit.
But if you kill it, you can turn it into a weapon.
Wow.
You can turn it a big gun.
I mean,
or a big sword.
The sword that guy had in the trailer was even more ludicrous than the Buster sword, and I don't understand why anyone would care.
I saw somebody on Twitter pointed out how the contrast was really low, and then they took some screenshots and put the contrast on, and it made it look nicer.
Yeah.
Some cunt on Twitter made the game look nicer.
Yeah, with a single tiny little tweak. It's almost like they've just made it look washed out and a bit bleak, because that's the kind of hard, authentic nonsense that people that play PS4 Pros want.
Well,
or PS8.
It's going to make a lot of people happy, and that's fair enough. It doesn't need to affect my life.
Yeah, fair enough. You can have your shite.
Okay. The big one, wasn't it? That was kind of the biggest announcement Sony had, was the Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah,
remake.
People were again, pissing themselves over this. It sounds like it's just going to be... It's a rework right from the ground up. It's changed everything, but I don't care.
It's just to make money, but innit?
It is. It's just to make money, and also maybe to bridge the gap between Team Ico's attempt at the next follow-up to Last Guardian.
Is it going to be cosmetic, or are they going to fix the controls? Because the controls are still dodgy.
It looks like it's a fundamental overhaul of the game, which would be interesting, but because the game does suffer from aging, it has not aged particularly well.
But the remake for a couple of years back was quite good. It made it look pretty.
Aesthetically, it was better, but again, the controls and the camera were still garbage. But like, come on, that alone is a problem. They've already done this. They've already re-released it in HD. So we're just getting another one, but hopefully this one will be different mechanically.
I think it is a remake.
Yeah,
no, just a remake. I think they're going to build it up anyway. Oh, what's that Call of Duty thing? It's a war. Right, next.
More war. Oh yeah, we got a big reel for all the VR nonsense that's coming out, including some shit where you are the boys from Final Fantasy and you just fish, and that sounds tedious.
It reminds me of that Dreamcast game for years ago. They even have the thing, remember? The fishing rod that you
big bass fish or some shit like that. I don't know.
Big bastard fish.
Either way, it's not. Sony PSV. The PSV is not looking great. It's got some shit about a wee night mouse that looks kind of cool, I guess. But again, why does it have to be VR?
Yeah, here's probably the next game we got here is God of War, which is probably the best game of the night.
I suppose, yeah. It got very tepid response when we were watching it live, though. People were like, "Okay, this is just another trailer."
Because as we were watching it, we pointed out the controls look stiff. They look like they've. You know what I mean?
And also, people were slagging the fact he's just got this wee axe instead of the two amazing Blades of Chaos.
I know, but he gave all that up at the end of the third game.
Aye. The whole point is the Blades of Chaos were a different era. Like that was him in ancient Greece. This is him in, I don't know, Norse mythology.
You also pointed that dragon thing looked like Kratos.
It does look a little bit like Kratos. He's got the kind of beard. He's got the red markings around his eyes and kind of on his head a wee bit.
Is that his dad?
I don't think so. I think maybe he just sees himself in monsters these days because he knows he's a monster. That would be interesting.
I think he's going to die at the end.
Yeah, I think so. Unless, of course, they're planning on doing an Assassin's Creed thing where he's just the god of war in every era of beasts and legend. Which means I don't really know where you go after Norse mythology. Norse mythology, I think, is the last piece of epic mythology I can think of. What was it I
compared it to where Fingway dies and then Fingway takes up? I said it last night and I've completely forgot.
Where the wee boy takes over. I don't know. The Road.
No, not really.
Cormac McCarthy's The Road.
No, because The Road was like this. Don't trust anybody, and then Fingway dies of cancer.
Yeah.
And he's like, I better go trust these people.
Sorry, we just spoiled The Road for you.
Well, no, The Road spoiled us.
Yeah, that's true. Looked beautiful though. Anyway, and also the
guy
book's good.
That guy getting shot with a flare gun was amazing.
That was pretty hilarious. But either way, God of War, I poo-pooed it last year. Ewan looked offended it a bit more. I'm coming around to it, but still I'm afraid that it's going to be the same old God of War shit, and I'm sick of macho hack and slash bullshit. Speaking of the exact opposite of macho hack and slash bullshit is Detroit Become Human. Now, David Cage is a comedy genius, and this looks like it's going to be great as well.
This could be his best comedy.
It could be, because even in the trailer there were hilarious things like the androids. You can tell they're androids and they're from the future because their flags are holograms, their graffiti are holograms, everything's holograms. You know it's the future. And it's just looking so po-faced and like it's taking itself so fucking seriously, and it's going to be funny.
What does it mean to be alive?
I don't know, but I'm going to explain it over the next 8 or 9, 10 hours. And it's going to be an 8, 9, 10 hour long fucking interactive film, and it's going to be boring and hilarious.
It says here in this little comment, hard to get a read on how it'll actually play this one. It'll play like a David Cage game?
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, it'll be the exact same thing where you follow the characters about. You maybe bounce from one person's head to one person's head, and you'll have to do the button to choose things, and that'll be it.
Did you see that Spider-Man roller coaster game that they had?
No, I didn't. Because I think I actually had like a weird like fugue state where I just blacked out for a little bit. Because, call me crazy, did you see everyone online absolutely shitting their britches for this game? Why was everyone so fucking excited?
Maybe they like roller coaster rides where you have to like occasionally press 2 buttons to do something.
Remember how like everyone back in the day used to slag God of War for being just relying too hard on quick time events, and they're still trying to bring it back.
I couldn't tell what bit whoever, like, say, so I know there wasn't anybody on stage with a controller, but what bit were you pressing the controller? Batman was doing wild flips everywhere.
Yeah. It was like, am I playing the game or is the game playing me shit?
I don't know.
It's like, okay, here's the thing. I think the combat system looks like it could be okay because it's integrating the web slinging properly, as long as it's not just boring Arkham combat, which it did look like it was.
It did have that,
it looked like he was just using Spidey sense to defend himself from guys by hitting Y or a triangle.
It was good to see.
And then hitting square to do fucking attacks.
It was good to see the Kingpin in it, because he's only ever been in Daredevil.
Yeah, he
wasn't even in the PS1 games or the...
That's true, yeah. It's an interesting choice because it means that you can just basically make it a bunch of nebulous like mobs that are attacking you, and he's just at the head, and you can go and beat him at the end. That could be interesting.
What people are because freaking Morales kid.
Yeah, Miles Morales.
Yeah, he was at the end of it. Spider-Man's gonna get captured or something. Now Metroid starts off, and you've got all your superpowers and all that.
Yeah.
And then obviously they get rid of it. It's gonna be like that, and then you'll have to work your way back up to being the Spider-Man.
Yeah. And I mean, like, are they going to...
Or even kill Peter Parker off at the beginning?
Are they going to introduce, like, an Iron Man-ish element where he's the one that's funding you and giving you, just like they're doing in Homecoming, where, like, you've got funds coming for to make more high-tech suits, and, like, you've got places to make them, because, like, the whole thing about that, I like that idea, because how the fuck does a kid from Queens get his hands on the equipment that he needs to make this? The web slingers and shit? I've always liked the idea of Iron Man taking him under his wing. And that's why Homecoming might be alright.
It could be good.
It could be. It looks okay.
It's just that it was a bad trailer, I would say.
Yeah, it's not really selling me, but that's mostly just because there have been more bad Spider-Man games than good, because everyone always harps back to Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 and GameCube engine, and it's just like, you can't expect that to be every game, and it hasn't been, because things like Shattered Dimensions and shit like that, they've not been good. Games have been pretty bad for a good couple of years now. Yeah.
So maybe this is the one to get it at the run. It does look good. Every game we've mentioned so far, because it's on the PS4, looks fucking brilliant.
Yeah. There's no... Talking about graphics these days is almost pointless. Almost all games look really good these days. It's hard for a game to look bad.
As we said last year, we can't... We're not playing these games. We're just looking at what they're going to be maybe like.
Yeah.
So
we don't have a
it's
clue
a given.
Yet. Yeah. We don't have a real idea yet, so let's just hold our horses before we shit ourselves at how excited we are. But that's actually it. They closed the show on Spider-Man.
And then there was the terrible Destiny trailer, Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, that nobody looked hyped for at all.
The art style for that Marvel versus Capcom thing really did my head in.
It's getting slagged.
I said it on the stream. I was just like, this is disgusting looking, and then sure enough, everyone was slagging it. The Destiny 2 thing, okay, Anthem exists now, and they're ripping off Destiny big time. Their UI looks identical to Destiny. I think that Anthem is going to beat Destiny this time, because it's basically they're the same game, and I think Anthem's going to take it because it's BioWare, and people trust BioWare for story more than they trust Bungie for story.
It's a shocker. That Destiny looks really, really, really bad. I bet people aren't falling for it this time, aren't they?
No, well, they probably will. As per usual, we're maybe downplaying just how markish people are going to be for that game.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
So, God of War,
Spider-Man, and I guess the remake of Shadow of the Colossus, because it's a great game.
Detroit.
Detroit will be hilarious.
You're gonna play Detroit.
Yeah, I'll buy Detroit day one, and I'll play it and I'll laugh at it.
Shimasane. If there's something like that in Detroit, then
I'm gonna ask Floyd for that fucking footage, and I'm gonna cut it together and put it up on our channel because it was fucking funny. Anyway,
so look forward to that. A playthrough of
and
whatever that game was called,
Beyond Two Souls. But here's the thing. Like I said, we didn't need 20 minutes because we've got fucking 6 minutes left.
It was completely lacking in anything really.
Yeah.
Like new.
That was the problem. There was hardly anything new, and any of the new stuff was stuff that I genuinely couldn't give a fuck about.
And I just watched Nintendo, and they've killed. They're gonna kill it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because inevitably Marks will always say that Nintendo are killing it, but then again, they had nothing to fight against this year. They could have walked on stage and farted and it would have beat a lot of these.
Hats.
So they've got a hat mechanic, I think.
Hats.
But
Right,
look forward to that. Before the Beyond Two Souls gameplay, look forward to us talking about Nintendo very much in depth. That'll probably come within a week's time, but look forward to that. And we will see you real soon.
Right, bye.